Admiral Pike stood on the bridge of the EFS Resilience, his weathered face impassive as the alien transmission played across the main view screen. The Vordax representative, with its mottled blue skin and multiple eye stalks, was barely containing its amusement. "Your vessels are quaint," the alien said, mandibles clicking in what the translator identified as laughter. The Galactic Council expected more from a species seeking admission. "Perhaps in another century you might be ready." The transmission ended, and Pike turned to his crew. Humans all, their expressions ranged from indignation to cold determination. "Well," Pike said simply, "they've made their position clear." Lieutenant Jackson, the tactical officer, clenched her fist. "They think we're primitive because our ships don't look like they're crystalline monstrosities. If they only knew what these quaint vessels can do." Pike nodded. "And they will. Prepare for defensive maneuvers. It seems Earth's admission to the Galactic Council will require a demonstration." The Vordax fleet hung in space like a collection of perfect geometric shapes, each vessel seemingly carved from a single piece of transparent material that shimmered with internal light. Beautiful, elegant, and deadly. 30 ships arranged in the famous spear formation that had conquered a dozen solar systems. Across from them, Earth's fleet appeared almost crude by comparison. Boxy, asymmetrical vessels with visible propulsion systems and weapon mounts. No artistic flourishes, no aesthetic considerations. They looked functional, utilitarian, primitive. On the Vordax command ship, Fleet Commander Rax watched the human vessels with all four eyes, his membranes sliding across them in a dismissive blink. "They send 20 ships against our 30, and such ships," he gestured to his subordinates. "Begin the scanning sequence. Let's see what these humans consider weapons." The results came back quickly, and Rax's confusion was evident. "These readings can't be correct. Recalibrate and scan again." His science officer's voice warbled with uncertainty. "Commander, the scanners are functioning properly. The human vessels, they're not registering as expected." "Explain." "Their hulls appear to be composed of multiple layers, with properties our sensors cannot penetrate. Their energy signatures are muted, as if deliberately obscured." Rax's posture stiffened. A primitive species shouldn't have cloaking technology. It's not cloaking, exactly. It's more like they've designed their ships to be deliberately misleading. On the Resilience, Pike watched as the Vordax ships began to move, rearranging their perfect formation into an attack pattern. "They've taken the bait," he said quietly. "All ships, activate HFY systems." Across Earth's fleet, hidden compartments opened along the seemingly crude hulls. The boxy shapes that had drawn alien derision suddenly made perfect sense, as modular weapon systems deployed with precision. Lieutenant Jackson's voice was cool and professional. "High-DRI systems online. Adaptive countermeasures ready. Nanoswarm defenses activated." "And the Vordax?" "Still scanning us, sir. Their weapons are charging, but they haven't locked targets yet. They seem confused." Pike allowed himself a small smile. "I imagine they are." On the Vordax command ship, alarms began to sound. "Commander," the science officer's voice had risen an octave, "the human vessels are changing." Rax watched in disbelief as the human fleet seemed to transform before his eyes. What had appeared as crude external fixtures were unfolding into complex weapon arrays. The dull metal of their hulls now shimmered with a faint blue energy field. "What is this trickery?" he demanded. His tactical officer's response was immediate and frightened. "They've deployed countermeasures we've never seen before. Our targeting systems can't lock onto their ships." Rax's membranes flickered rapidly. "Impossible. They're a planetary species who only achieved FTL travel 50 years ago. Sir, they're hailing us." Admiral Pike's face appeared on the Vordax view screen, his expression calm and professional. "Fleet Commander Rax, I believe there's been a misunderstanding. You judged our ships by their appearance rather than their capabilities. A common mistake when encountering human technology." Rax's voice betrayed his agitation. "What manner of deception is this?" "Not deception, efficiency. Humans learned long ago that function trumps form. While other species build beautiful ships to showcase their advancement, we build practical ones designed to survive. You see, Admiral, humans evolved on a predator-rich world where showing off got you killed." Pike's expression hardened slightly. Your scanners are now detecting our HFY systems. Hybridized dynamic response architecture. Modular, adaptive technology that responds to threats in real time. Those crude weapon mounts, they can reconfigure to counter any attack pattern your tactical databases contain. Rax's posture had shifted from confidence to caution. The Galactic Council was uninformed about human technological development. Clearly, you might also be interested to know that we didn't bring 30 ships because we didn't need to. Each of our vessels operates as a carrier for dozens of autonomous combat drones. We currently have your fleet surrounded 3-1. The Vordax commander's eyes darted to his tactical display, which now showed hundreds of small signals appearing from within human vessels. Pike continued, I suggest we return to discussions about Earth joining the Galactic Council. This time perhaps with less laughter and more respect. 3 days later, Pike sat in his quarters, reviewing the newly signed treaty. Earth had been granted provisional membership in the Galactic Council, with full admission pending within a standard year. His communication panel chimed, and the face of General Reeves, Earth Defense Force Commander, appeared. Congratulations, Admiral. Your demonstration was effective. Pike nodded. They underestimated us. Won't happen again. No. Now they fear us. Is that better? Pike considered this. Fear isn't the goal. Understanding is. Humans build things that work, not things that impress. Once they understand that philosophy, we'll find common ground. Reeves smiled. And until then, Pike said, looking out at the stars, they'll continue to be surprised by what humans can build when we put our minds to it.